Hi guys, so I got a couple of video suggestions from some people on Twitter, and one of them they said, and I kind of just got it right away. I'm gonna focus on dealerships right now. When you're buying a vehicle, they like to throw in a lot of extra fees. The one that bothers me the most is called a documentation fee. It's anywhere from $300 to almost $500, and basically what it boils down to is you're paying them to do the paperwork to sell you a vehicle that they're going to make a boatload of money on. Yeah. So this works every time. I've gone with people to pick up their cars. I just bought this truck that I'm sitting in a couple months ago. I bought my wife a brand new truck in 2019. And once you get to the end stage, when they're talking about your financing and what your payments are going to be and everything else, that is the time where you bring up the documentation fee. They give you an itemized list of everything that you're paying for. And when it comes time and you're sitting with the finance person, you tell them flat out, no, I'm not paying that documentation fee. I'm not paying you guys to sell me the vehicle. That's what your commission does. So $400 or $500 doesn't sound like a lot of money, because it's not at the end of the day. But unless you're paying cash for a vehicle, which I personally don't have, $40,000 to $50,000 to spend on a new vehicle, so it all gets financed. That $400 makes such a difference. You can look at what your payments would be versus what they are after the fact. So for an example, with the documentation fee on this particular truck, my payments were going to be, I believe, almost $495 bi-weekly, whereas it dropped down to $414 bi-weekly just from knocking off $400. This is a 6-year term on this truck. I worked out the math at the time with my wife, and I don't want to give false information and a fake dollar amount, but it was almost $3,000 that I saved over the course of the 6 years. But that's $3,000 in my pocket. So if you don't have to pay that fee, why would you? No sales manager in the world is going to let you walk away from a deal for $400. Why would they? They're in the business of making money. They have to sell cars to make money. I wouldn't let it go for $400. I'd eat it. So another thing with dealerships, didn't happen with my truck because I bought my truck used. When I bought my wife's truck, there was just extra upon extra upon extra added to the truck. The locking wheel nuts, the mud flaps that weren't actually even mud flaps. There was a $600 charge for those. I didn't want them. I'm going to put real mud flaps on the truck. And I hate locking wheel nuts. If you've ever had to change a tire with those on there, you'll understand why. So they were adamant that those were going to stay on there. Told them, well, you can take them off, or I'll go take them off right now and I'll put them on your desk. I'm not paying for them. Again, they don't like doing these things. And my suggestion to you is, if you are dead set on that particular vehicle, you kind of have a little less power. Me, even with this truck, I love this truck. I've been searching for this exact truck for a long time, and I finally found it. I was still willing to get up and walk away from the deal for the extras. The second you stand up in that office to leave, now the ball's in your court, because now they don't want you to leave, especially how the economy is today. It's just that easy. So if you guys need to know anything else about the little tricks that I've picked up along the way, let me know, and I'll see if I've worked at that before. It's dog eat dog in the dealership world, and they want to try to make as much money as they can. It's just I mean, everybody wants to, right? So, yep, that's what it is. Best of luck in your cars.